In the grand scheme of life, it's not the grandiose moments that define us. It's the daily decisions we make, the habits we cultivate, and the resilience we exhibit in the face of challenges that truly shape our destiny. Each day is an opportunity to move closer to our dreams, to unleash the greatness within us, and to live a life of purpose and fulfillment. It's time we awaken to the power of our choices and embrace the journey of growth with unwavering determination and grit. Legendary basketball coach John Wooden once said, "The true test of a man's character is what he does when no one is watching." Our daily decisions, no matter how seemingly insignificant, reveal our character and determine our path. It's easy to underestimate the impact of small choices, but it's these small choices that accumulate over time, the compound effect, if you will, shaping the course of our lives. Consider the choice to hit the snooze button or to rise with determination and purpose each morning. This seemingly small decision sets the tone for the day ahead. It's about choosing discipline over comfort, commitment over convenience. By embracing discipline in our daily routines, we free ourselves from the constraints of mediocrity and pave the way for greatness. But discipline alone is not enough. It's the habits we form that ultimately determine our success. As Aristotle so aptly put it, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Our habits shape our identity and determine our destiny. Whether it's the habit of reading daily to expand our minds, the habit of exercising to strengthen our bodies, or the habit of practicing gratitude to nourish our souls, each habit contributes to our growth and development. However, cultivating empowering habits requires the belief that our abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. In her groundbreaking research, psychologist Carol Dweck distinguished between a fixed mindset, where individuals believe their abilities are innate and unchangeable, and a growth mindset where individuals believe they can improve through effort and perseverance. The power of the growth mindset lies in its ability to turn setbacks into stepping stones and failures into opportunities. Instead of viewing challenges as insurmountable obstacles, we see them as temporary setbacks on the path to mastery. With a growth mindset, we embrace challenges with enthusiasm, knowing that each obstacle we overcome brings us one step closer to realizing our full potential. Yet even with discipline, empowering habits, and the growth mindset, success is not guaranteed. It's our ability to persevere in the face of adversity, our grit, that ultimately determines the fate. Angela Duckworth, a pioneering psychologist, defines grit as passion and perseverance for the long-term goals. It's the relentless pursuit of our dreams, even when the odds are stacked against us, even when the journey seems arduous and uncertain. Grit is what separates the dreamers from the achievers, the ordinary from the extraordinary. It's what propels us forward when others would falter, what keeps us going when others would quit. As Calvin Coolidge once said, nothing in this world can take the place of perseverance. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. So how do we cultivate grit in our own lives? It starts with a clear vision of our goals and a burning passion to achieve them. It's about setting audacious goals that inspire us to push beyond our limits and defy the status quo. It's about embracing discomfort and adversity as opportunities for growth rather than reasons to retreat. But perhaps most importantly, grit is cultivated through perseverance in the face of failure and rejection. It's about picking ourselves up when we fall, learning from our mistakes, and pressing onward with renewed determination. In the end, our success is not determined by the circumstances we face or the hand we've been dealt. It's determined by the daily decisions we make, the habits we cultivate, and the grit with which we pursue our dreams. For it's through these traits that we truly become the architects of our destiny. In the grand symphony of our existence, amidst the soaring crescendos and gentle melodies, there exists a profound truth that the power within you is boundless. It's this innate power, fueled by unyielding belief and unwavering resilience, that holds the key to unlocking your wildest dreams and overcoming life's greatest challenges. Imagine for a moment a world where anything is possible, where the limitations of fear and doubt fade into insignificance in the face of your indomitable spirit. This is the world that awaits you when you dare to believe in yourself, when you dare to take that first step towards greatness. As the great minds of history have taught us, belief is not just a fleeting notion. It's the cornerstone of achievement. It's the force that propels you forward when the road ahead seems daunting and uncertain. As Walt Disney once said, all our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. Believe in your dreams, believe in your abilities, and watch as the universe conspires to make them a reality. With belief being the starting point, it's resilience that is the continuum of motion, the fiery determination to persevere in the face of adversity. Life is not a smooth ride. It's a roller coaster of highs and lows, twists and turns. But it's in those moments of darkness, those moments when it feels like the world is crumbling around you, that your resilience shines brightest. As the great poet Maya Angelou once said, you may encounter many defeats, but you must not be defeated. Every setback, every obstacle, it's an opportunity for growth, a chance to prove yourself and the world just how strong you truly are. So stand tall in the face of adversity, for it's in your darkest moments that your light shines the brightest. But remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither are dreams realized overnight. The path to success is not a sprint, it's a marathon requiring patience, perseverance, and above all, faith in the journey. Take one step at a time, one day at a time. Celebrate each small victory along the way, for they are the building blocks of your success. Be sure to surround yourself with like-minded individuals who uplift and inspire you, who believe in your vision as fiercely as you do. As Jim Rohn once said, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Choose your companions wisely. They'll shape your destiny in ways you never thought possible. And don't be afraid to distance yourself from negativity, whether it comes from others or from within. To quote, you must be willing to get rid of the life you've planned so as to have the life that is waiting for you. Let go of anything that no longer serves your highest good and watch as new opportunities and blessings flow into your life. Remember, you are the conductor of your destiny, the master of your fate. Believe in yourself, trust in your journey, and never forget the limitless potential that resides within you. The world is yours for the taking. All you have to do is reach out and claim it. It's early morning, the alarm goes off, and now you're faced with your first decision of the day. Do I answer the bell and rise, or do I hit the snooze and pull the covers up to get those few precious minutes of sleep? I think depending on how the night went, you may have different responses on different mornings. If you had a good night's sleep, well, then maybe you hop out of bed right away and get right to things. But a poor night's sleep? Well, I think we've all been there too. But I'd like to take a deeper dive into this daily occurrence and see how this seemingly insignificant moment might be more powerful than you think. I'm bringing this up because I had a call with a client recently and we happened to talk about this exact subject. One of the main characteristics of successful people is their ability to raise their standards, especially when it comes to holding themselves accountable. I asked my client to imagine that he and a friend had made plans to meet each day at noon. On the first day, they met as planned, right on time. Day 2, the friend was 10 minutes late. Day 3, back on schedule. Day 4, late again, and this pattern continued throughout the first week and into the second. Some days they met on time, the others, the friend was late. I asked him how it felt when the friend showed up late. Did it bother you? And he said yes. We made plans, I was there, but I couldn't count on my buddy to show. That irritated me. So I said to him, so when you agree to make a plan, you expect your friend to follow through, right? And he said yes. And I said, when you decide to set the alarm for a certain time, do you always show up for yourself? See, this is what we don't understand. We hold others to standards, but we don't hold ourselves to those same standards. We expect others to follow through on plans, but we don't always follow through when it's just us. Integrity has been described as doing what is right even when no one is looking. Now you may say, Adam, look, it's only a few extra minutes of rest. What's the big deal? And I'd say in the grander scheme of things, maybe it's not such a big deal. However, what this seemingly minute decision does is it sets the standard for the day. It's answering the first question, will I do what I say I'm going to do, or will I cut myself some slack? Because I dare say, if you cut yourself some slack on the small things, how the heck are you going to handle the big things? Sleep in? Sure, just this once. But you know you'll do it again. Skip a workout? Sure, just this once. But you know you'll do it again. Have that bowl of ice cream? Sure. And you see my point. I cut myself a little slack here, but you know it'll trickle into other things. If you expect others to meet standards, you'd better be prepared to meet them yourself. And because you're with yourself 24/7, you are the one that needs to make it happen, to hold yourself accountable. That's called integrity. When you say you're going to do something, you'd better do it. Successful people know in order to achieve, you must first raise your standards and then hold yourself accountable. Why? Because you are the most important person in your life. In case you needed a reminder, everyone is battling something. Everyone is dealing with issues that you can't see. In a world adorned with filtered realities and curated lives, it's easy to believe that everyone else has it all figured out while we're struggling to keep our heads above water. But let me tell you something straight from the heart. Nobody, and I mean nobody, has it all together. We're all fighting battles behind the scenes, grappling with stressors that threaten to consume us. Whether it's financial woes, turbulent relationships, or the relentless pressure of work, we're all in this ring together, duking it out with our own demons. But here's the kicker. It's not about the challenges we face. It's about how we choose to face them. Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain. It's about embracing the chaos, finding strength in the struggle, and rising above the fray with a spirit that refuses to be broken. Think about it. Every success story you've ever heard was born from adversity. Every triumph was forged in the fires of struggle. From the humble beginnings of a fledgling entrepreneur to the towering achievements of history's greatest leaders, every journey worth telling is riddled with obstacles and setbacks. But it's not the obstacles that define us, it's how we choose to navigate them. So let me ask you this. Are you going to let your challenges define you, or are you going to define your challenges? Are you going to shrink beneath the weight of your worries, or are you going to stand tall and face them head on? The choice is yours, and it's a choice that holds the power to transform your life. You see, there's a beauty in the struggle, a beauty that lies in the resilience of the human spirit. It's in the moments when we feel like we've hit rock bottom that we discover our inner strength. It's in the face of adversity that we unearth the depths of our courage. And it's in the darkest of times that we find the brightest of lights within ourselves. I can say with 100% confidence that you are not alone in this journey. We're all in this together, navigating the maze of life one step at a time. And while our paths may diverge, our struggles may differ, and our burdens may vary, we're united by a common thread. It's called the human experience. The next time you find yourself weighed down by the pressures of life, remember this: you're stronger than you think, braver than you know, and more resilient than you could ever imagine. You have within you the power to overcome the obstacles, because where you are, correct that, where we are is only temporary. In the turbulence of the struggles, the setbacks, and the challenges, remember to use the line, "This too shall pass." Believe in yourself, and the world will believe in you. You are the force to be reckoned with, a powerhouse of potential, and a beacon of hope in a world that sometimes feels lost in darkness. And I know this because you've already overcome 100% of your struggles already. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu. On the climb to the top, it's easy to become fixated on the distant horizon, on that shimmering vision of success that seems so far away. We set our sights on the mountaintop, on the summit of our dreams, and we forget to celebrate the journey it takes to get there. But here's the truth. The journey is where the magic happens. It's in those small, seemingly insignificant steps that we find our strength, the resilience, and our true potential. Imagine a marathon runner fixated solely on the finish line, ignoring the miles they've already conquered. It's absurd, right? Yet, how often do we do the same thing in our own lives? We set these big goals, and then we beat ourselves up when we're not there yet. We overlook the countless hours of practice, the late nights, the early mornings, the setbacks and struggles that have brought us to where we are today. But what if we shifted the perspective? What if we learned to celebrate the small steps, the tiny victories that pave the way? What if we recognized that progress isn't always measured in leaps and bounds, but it's in the steady rhythm of one foot in front of the other? As Confucius once said, it doesn't matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. Each step forward, no matter how small, is a victory in itself. It's a testament to your dedication, your perseverance, and your unwavering belief in yourself. So why not celebrate it? Think about a time when you faced a seemingly insurmountable challenge. Maybe it was starting your own business, or running a marathon, or even just changing your diet. In your moments of doubt, it's easy to lose sight of how far you've come. But if you take a moment to look back, to truly appreciate the progress you've made, you'll realize that every step forward is a triumph in its own way. Celebrating the small steps isn't just about patting yourself on the back. It's about building momentum, creating a positive feedback loop that propels you ever closer to your goals. When you acknowledge and celebrate your progress, no matter how incremental, you're reinforcing the belief that you are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. You are cultivating a mindset of abundance, of gratitude, of unstoppable determination. Success isn't just about the destination. It's about the journey itself. When you learn to celebrate the small steps, you're not just inching closer to your goals, you're embodying the very essence of success. So how can we celebrate the small steps? It's simple, really. It starts with gratitude. Take a moment each day to reflect on the progress you've made, no matter how small. Write it down. Shout it out from the rooftops. Dance like nobody's watching. Celebrate your wins, however insignificant they may seem, because each one is a stepping stone. But don't stop there. Surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you, who celebrate your victories as their own. Share your journey with others and be open to receiving support and encouragement in return. And most importantly, be kind to yourself. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is your path to success. Be patient, be persistent, and above all, be proud of how far you've come. In this world, people generally fall into two categories: the dreamers and the doers. Each group represents a unique approach to life, reflecting differing mindsets and contrasting outcomes. The dreamers gaze into the horizon, envisioning grand possibilities, while the doers, well, they roll up their sleeves and dive headfirst into the fray, turning dreams into realities. Dreamers possess an imagination. They have a gift to envision worlds beyond the mundane. But their weakness, the weakness is in believing that they have the abilities or fortitude to make those dreams a reality. Amid the world of dreamers, there lies that whisper, a voice that blocks their ability to turn wonder into action, of imagination into actualization. Doers, on the other hand, although they may share some of the same fears as the dreamers, they don't let those obstacles become permanent barriers to their visions. In the depths of their souls, dreamers harbor a silent envy for the doers, those fearless pioneers who dare to tread where dreams meet reality. Dreamers witness with admiration as doers transform lofty goals into concrete achievements, leaving an indelible mark on the world. How many times have you been in the audience at a show, but secretly wished to be the one on stage? How many times have you sat in the stands, but really wanted to be the one in the game? Dreamers dream while doers do. I know the transition from dreaming to doing is not without its challenges. Fear, that innate feeling etched deep within the human psyche, it emerges when the minds drift from the dreaming to the doing. It's fear of failure or criticism that casts a shadow over the dreamers. paralyzing them with the dread of falling short. Self-doubt, that insidious whisper of the mind, it plants seeds of hesitation, sapping the confidence of even the boldest dreamers. But it's the courage to confront fear, to embrace failure as a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block, that propels doers into taking action. It's the courage to weather the storm of criticism, knowing that the voices of dissent pale in comparison to the roar of accomplishment. And it's the courage to silence the whispers of self-doubt, replacing them with the resounding affirmations of possibility. For the dreamers, yearning to break free from the confines of your walls, I offer a simple yet profound truth. Action is the antidote to stagnation. It's the launching pad for transformation. It's in taking action that dreams are forged into reality, and the ordinary transcends into the extraordinary. It's not enough to dream. One must dare to do, to seize the reins and sculpt a masterpiece from the raw clay of potential. When we look back at the end of our lives, it's not the things we did that haunt us, but it's the things we failed to do, the dreams we left unfulfilled, the adventures we left unexplored, and our potential that we left untapped. The world needs dreamers, and the world needs doers. But above all, the world needs dreamers who do. You know, every so often, I find myself getting into one of those, is what I'm doing really making an impact kind of mood. I start to question my place in the world, and with that I begin to hear the voice of doubts. In the day-to-day journey of our existence, hey, I know it's easy to feel insignificant, and I know I'm not alone in this feeling. We often perceive ourselves as mere drops in the ocean of humanity, believing that our actions, however well-intentioned, make no difference in the grand scheme of things. But let me tell you a story. It's a story about a humble beaver whose seemingly mundane actions have an impact far beyond its comprehension. In the heart of a dense forest, there lived a beaver named Barry. Every day, Barry diligently went about his routine, gnawing on trees and building dams with unwavering determination. Now, to an outsider, Barry's activities might have seemed inconsequential, just another creature going about its daily life. But little did anyone know Barry was orchestrating a masterpiece of environmental engineering that would shape the landscape for generations to come. You see, Barry's dams created a ripple effect that transformed the ecosystem around him. By creating ponds and wetlands, he provided habitat for countless species of plants and animals. The ponds became an oasis for thirsty creatures. The wetlands, nurseries for delicate ecosystems. Through his tireless efforts, Barry inadvertently became a guardian of biodiversity, his impact echoing through the forest like the dean of life. But Barry was unaware of the magnitude of his actions. See, to him, he was just doing what came naturally, following his instincts and fulfilling his role in the ecosystem. He didn't set out to be a hero, he was simply being himself. And therein lies the beauty of his story, the realization that even the most ordinary among us can have an extraordinary impact. In our own lives, it's easy to underestimate the power of our actions. We may not be building dams or reshaping landscapes, but every choice we make sends ripples outward, influencing the world in ways we may never fully comprehend. Whether it's a smile offered to a stranger, a kind word spoken to a friend, or a small act of generosity. See, all these gestures have the potential to create positive change. As Mahatma Gandhi once said, in a gentle way, you can shake the world. It's a reminder that even the smallest of actions can have a profound effect when multiplied by the collective efforts of individuals. Just like Barry, we each have a role to play in shaping the world around us, a role that is uniquely ours and irreplaceable. Think of the teacher who inspires her students to reach for the stars, the volunteer who lends a helping hand to those in need, or the artist who moves hearts with his music. Their contributions may seem insignificant in isolation, but together they form the building blocks of a better world. It's a testament to the power of collective action, the idea that when individuals come together with a shared purpose, they can move mountains and overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles. So the next time you find yourself questioning the significance of your actions, remember Barry the Beaver. Remember that even the smallest of creatures can leave an indelible mark on the world around them. Each day is a blank canvas upon which we paint the masterpiece of our lives. Let's seize the opportunity to create something beautiful, something meaningful, something that will leave the world a little brighter than when we found it. And remember that you, the seemingly insignificant individual, well, you have the power to make a difference. Not someday, but right here, right now. In this world often plagued by division, conflict, and indifference, empathy stands as the beacon of hope, a guiding principle that has the power to transform our lives and the lives of those around us. It's a profound understanding, a willingness to step into another's shoes, to feel their joys and sorrows, and to act with compassion. Yet in the hustle and bustle of our daily lives, empathy seems to be a scarce commodity. We rush through our days, consumed by our own concerns and ambitions, often overlooking the struggles and triumphs of others. But imagine a world where empathy reigns supreme, a world where kindness, understanding, and generosity are the norm rather than the exception. It's a world where we pause to listen, truly listen, to the stories of others. It's a world where we offer a helping hand without hesitation, knowing that we are all connected. Empathy is not merely a soft skill or fleeting emotion. It's the foundation upon which strong relationships, thriving communities, and a harmonious society are built. When we empathize with others, we forge genuine connections that transcend barriers of race, religion, and nationality. We recognize our shared humanity and celebrate the diversity of experiences that make each of us unique. As Helen Keller once said, the best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. Empathy allows us to tap into the depths of our hearts to awaken our innate capacity for love and compassion. It's through empathy that we discover the true essence of what it means to be human, to love, to forgive, and to heal. But cultivating empathy is not always easy. It requires us to challenge our preconditioning, to confront our biases and prejudices, and to embrace the complexities of the human experience. It requires us to practice active listening, to suspend judgment, and to offer support unconditionally. However, the rewards of empathy far outweigh the challenges. When we approach life with empathy, we not only enrich the lives of others, but also experience profound personal growth and fulfillment. We become more attuned to the needs of those around us, more resilient in the face of adversity, and more grateful for the blessings we have been bestowed. Moreover, empathy serves as a catalyst for positive change in the world. It inspires acts of kindness, ignites movements for social justice, and fosters a culture of inclusivity and understanding. By cultivating empathy within ourselves, we become agents of transformation, spreading ripple effects of compassion and healing throughout our communities and beyond. I challenge you to live a life guided by empathy, to being a beam of light in a world too often shrouded in darkness. Let's strive to see the world through the eyes of others, to walk alongside them on their journey and uplift them in times of need. For in the end, it's empathy that will lead us to a brighter, more compassionate future for ourselves and for generations to come. In the pursuit of human achievement, there's one characteristic that stands out above all others. One simple factor that ultimately determines success or failure. See, in your moments of despair, it's your commitment, your determination, and your overall persistence that will determine your fate. It's your unwavering resolve to keep pushing forward even when the path ahead seems shrouded in darkness. It's your refusal to surrender to the whispers of doubt and the screams of adversity. Persistence is the guiding light through the storm, illuminating the path to greatness. Look around you. You'll see countless examples of individuals who embody the essence of persistence in their pursuit of excellence. Take the story of J.K. Rowling, for instance. Before the world knew her as the mastermind behind the Harry Potter series, she faced rejection after rejection from publishers who couldn't see the magic in her words. But did she give up? Did she let the weight of disappointment crush her dreams? Absolutely not. Rowling persisted, fueled by her unwavering belief in the power of her story. And in the end, her perseverance paid off, propelling her to literary stardom and inspiring millions of readers around the globe. Or consider the many journeys of Elon Musk, whose name has become synonymous with innovation and ambition. From the early days of PayPal to the groundbreaking advancements of SpaceX and Tesla, Musk has faced more than his fair share of setbacks and skeptics. Yet through it all, he's remained undeterred in his pursuit of revolutionizing the way we live and explore the cosmos. His secret? A relentless commitment to pushing the boundaries of what's possible, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds. But let's not confine our exploration of persistence to the realms of celebrity and fame. Every day, ordinary people around the world are writing their own stories of triumph over adversity. They're the single parents working multiple jobs to provide a better future for their children. They're the aspiring entrepreneurs pouring their blood, sweat, and tears into their passion projects, refusing to let failure define them. They're the students burning the midnight oil in pursuit of their dreams, knowing that success is not guaranteed, but earned. Hey, I know, it's easy to succumb to the allure of retreat when the road ahead seems daunting. It's tempting to fall back into our comfort zones when faced with the specter of constant resistance or potential failure. But let me tell you, greatness is not reserved for the faint of heart. It's not handed out on a silver platter to those who are content to settle for the status quo. If you're one of the few that dare to act beyond dreams, you need to embrace the power of grit in your own life. When the journey grows long and the obstacles seem insurmountable, remember the words of Winston Churchill. If you're going through hell, keep going. And when you reach that mountaintop of success, you'll look back on your journey with pride, knowing that it was your relentless determination that carried you through the darkest nights and brought you into the light of victory. Let nothing stand in the way of your dreams. It's not the most talented or the most educated who achieve greatness. It's those who refuse to quit, no matter what. It's better to aim high and miss than to aim low and hit. That's a famous quote I use regularly with my clients. It's usually brought up when we're talking about setting goals as part of my private coaching. But it's an interesting introspect into one's psyche. Am I comfortable to aim high and miss, or would I rather aim low and hit? What's going to make me feel better? For most people, the idea of making what might seem unreasonable targets, aiming high, it's an exercise in futility. Why bother set goals so beyond the norm that they seem impossible to hit? Now, I should mention that most of my clients are aspiring athletes, most dreaming of playing at the professional levels. And when we begin this exercise, although they'd love to play at the highest level, there's a resistance. There's a certain feeling of discomfort in even talking about it or setting that goal. Me play professional? That'd be nice, but is it realistic? And here we see your belief system exposed, or rather your limiting beliefs that block you from seeing your potential. How you see yourself and your abilities is revealed with this simple task. We're all guided by our beliefs and values. If I don't believe I can achieve something, I'm not even going to bother starting the process. What would be the point? So to give myself some comfort, what I'll do is I'll lower the bar. I'll aim low and hopefully hit some targets to make me feel good, feel like I'm accomplishing things. And you might say as the listener, what's the problem with that? Shouldn't I want to succeed on smaller goals and maybe go from there? See what happens. And I'd say, well, okay, there's a rational argument to be had to make realistic goals. Okay, but here's where I'm going with this. I say make the goals big, aim high. Expand your belief system right from the get-go. Get uncomfortable. When talking to my clients, I'll explain that there are X number of jobs at the professional level. Why not you? Why not go for it? Aim high. Get out from under your limiting belief and see things differently. See your potential as something powerful. Someone's going to hold those jobs. Why not you? How the professionals got those jobs? Well, it started with their belief that they could achieve it. They believed, and then they got to work and they never stopped. Now, when you start the journey, you're going to hit the smaller goals anyways. They'll validate your belief that you can or are moving incrementally towards the top. I say, let's just get this thing started properly. If we're using the GPS in your car or on your phone, we don't set destinations every mile. What we do is we set the final destination. Ultimately, where do I really want to go? We're going to hit those miles along the way, but they're only indicators that we're on the right path. It's better to aim high and miss. Yes, I might not make the professional level. Maybe it was too unrealistic for my talents or skills, but I'll tell you this, I might come close. And in the meantime, I'm living a life by design. I'm working every day for a goal. I have purpose. I'm going after what few even dream to chase. And if I come up short, I won't have any regrets. I got closer than most people simply because I chose to aim high. Or think about it like this. Let's say you've got darts in your hand and the board is right in front of you. I'm going to ask you to aim for the bullseye. Now throw. Did you hit it? Maybe. But even if you didn't, did you get close? If you're not aiming for the bullseye, then anywhere on the board will do. Now, will that bring you joy? I doubt it. I'd rather aim high. Maybe I hit, maybe I don't, but at least I took my shot. I've got a question for you, and you may or may not be able to answer it right away, but here it is. What's your gift? What's your talent or skill that you've been blessed with that separates you from all the others? I believe that we've all been gifted with something that makes us unique. We all hold something innate within us that is our true being. So what's your gift? Have you clearly identified what it is? If not, then maybe that's why life doesn't feel quite right. You've been given a blessing and you're not exercising it. You're not growing into your true potential simply because you haven't identified your true calling. And I dare say that most people are living a life without understanding what is really meant for them. They've been following the crowd, but in doing so, they've left the path that's true to themselves. What's your gift? Maybe you've known for a while. You saw it or you felt it a long time ago, and that's great. If so, next question. Are you maximizing your gift? How much time are you dedicating to fulfilling that blessing and bringing it out into the world? You see, happiness is at the corner of pleasure and purpose. Doing what we love to do while pursuing a greater goal. When we use our gifts, we are living the life we were meant to live. And when we live with purpose, we are at our most content. Think of the gifted athlete who dismisses their abilities to become, let's say, a banker. Not that there's anything wrong with working in the financial industry. For many people, working with numbers and chasing the dollar, well, that's their gift. But for the athlete, he or she was built for another life. And I understand that life sometimes brings responsibilities. They force us to put aside our wants for our needs. I get that. You know, the need for income to keep a roof over our head or food on the table, and I'm not dismissing what are facts of life. But that athlete, to be content and fulfilled, he or she would be better suited in the sports industry. If not the athlete on the field or the pitch or the rink, then maybe they're the coach or the referee, the manager or the scout. If you were made for athletics, then what are you doing in finance? Here's another way to look at it. If money was removed from the equation, what would you be doing right now? How would you fill your days? When pondering this question, we start to reveal our passions, and somewhere in our passions we'll find our gift. If you want to be truly content, it requires you to use your gifts to their fullest potential. This explains why so many, at the end of their lives, regret the decisions not to follow their passions. They've lived a life without purpose. They had gifts, and they wasted them. Note earlier that I said happiness is at the corner of pleasure and purpose. It wasn't at the corner of money and things. It's been proven over and over again that things do not bring us pleasure. When we're younger, we may believe this, but as we grow in age, what we really want are the experiences and purpose. So find your gift, find your purpose, and you'll find your truest self.